Okay, so let's find the slope of this line. And remember, the slope of a line is the steepness of a line. And the formula that we use when we have a graph is rise over run, or the change in your y values over the change in your x values. And so what you want to do to find the slope is simply pick 2 points on the coordinate grid. Make sure it's at the intersecting lines. So I'm going to pick this point, or this ordered pair, and this ordered pair. Now I like to start at the point closest to my left because we read from left to right. So you can start at the point furthest to your right. It's just easier to start closest to the left because we read from left to right. And so I'm going to start at this point. And so since I have to go up to get to that point, that is a positive slope because I'm going up from left to right. So I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places. So my rise in this case is 6. All right. And then I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4. And my run in this case is 4. And I want to reduce that fraction. So my slope for this line is 3 over 2. Just to show you that I could pick any 2 points, if I chose, use a different color. Let's see. If I chose this ordered pair, and I'm going to go with the same ordered pair here. From here to here, I count from left to right. I go up 1, 2, 3, and over 1, 2. And my slope is still 3 over 2. So start at the point closest to your left, count up, and then over. If the graph were to go down, of course, you will count down and to the right, and that will give you a negative slope. And we're actually going to try one in our next problem. Okay, so now we have a line here that falls or goes down from left to right. And so again, since we read from left to right, it falls from left to right. I know that this is going to be a negative slope. But I'm going to find the slope using the same method, just picking 2 points. So I'm going to pick this point here. So notice I have dots. You don't have to pick a point with a dot because on some of your graphs it's just going to be a straight line, and you can just pick any point that is at the intersecting lines. Okay, so I'm going to pick this point and this point right here. So I'm starting at the point closest to my left, all right, and then I'm going to go down because this point is down. So since I have to count down, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a negative 4. Then I have to go over 1, 2, positive 2. So my rise, or my change in my y value, because this is on my y-axis, so your change in your y value is your vertical change. The change in your x value is your horizontal change. So my vertical change, or my y value, would be negative 4, or my rise, over 2. And that reduces to negative 2. Okay, so the slope of this line is negative 2. Again, I could pick any points. If I would have chosen this point and this point, I would go down 1, 2, negative 2, over 1. And that will still give me 2 over 1. And that reduces to, again, just negative 2. So that is how you find the slope of a line on a coordinate grid. Alright, so I actually want to show you how to find the slope of 2 more types of lines. We have a horizontal line and we have a vertical line. We're going to find the slope the same way, using rise over run. There's something special about these lines. So if I just pick, again, I can pick any 2 points. Alright, and my rise, if I want to go from here to here, my rise, I can't go up or down because it's horizontal. So my rise would be 0. Alright, but I could go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My run would be 5. So to reduce this fraction, 0 over 5. Remember, if 0 is in your numerator, the fraction reduces to 0. So we can say that the slope of this line is 0. So we can conclude that the slope of every horizontal line will be 0. So without going through doing like the rise and the run, you can conclude that every horizontal line has a slope of 0. All right. Let's look at this vertical line here. Again, picking any 2 points. Picking these 2. Now, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. So, you could say that my rise is -3. Okay. If I would have gone up, it would have been a +3, but doesn't matter. I'm going to show you why. And then I can't go over left or right. So my run is 0. Remember, when you reduce a fraction, if you have 0 in your denominator, you cannot divide by 0. So that fraction is actually undefined. And so the slope of every vertical line is an undefined slope. So these are 2 special cases. So without even, again, doing the work, you know that if it's a horizontal line, the slope is going to always be 0. If it's a vertical line, the slope is going to always be undefined, or there is no slope.